What's going on, everybody? Jacob Scharf here, certified personal trainer, as well as certified golf fitness specialist. I wanted to run you through an entire 5-minute warm-up with me that I recommend you do prior to any golf session, and also just great to do prior to any lifting session in the gym. So we're going to start with the world's greatest stretch. We're going to extend that back leg straight and strong, squeezing the glutes. Hips should be super active here, and we're going to move through all three planes of motion in a super efficient way, which is why, hence the name world's greatest stretch. So here we're going to mobilize the hips, we're going to mobilize the T-spine, which is important, that area between the shoulder blades. We're going to mobilize the shoulders themselves, and we're going to get some rotational work in the core. So as you can tell, we just get a nice total body activation and warm up and mobilization with this movement. Bam. Sweet, yeah. So up next we got a resisted dead bug. This one's going to be great for activating the core, and it's also going to help us turn on those hip flexors. What we're going to have is the club actually being pushed into the opposite thigh. And what this is going to do is it's going to create more resistance to work with. It's going to give you a better cueing for firing off your core. And it's also going to give you something to resist with your thigh in order to activate the hip flexor. Not only to strengthen that area in and of itself, but it's also going to connect you even better with the core as you make sure to keep your lower back screwed into the ground. That is the most important thing in this move. You do that, you boom, assure that you're in great position and your core is in a position of integrity and firing off the way you want to. Go for 5 to 8 reps on each side here. I like to add a little bit of a pause at the end range when my limbs are at the end range of each motion to just take an extra second to really connect. It helps me physically and mentally just get a little more focused. And the straight arm that is pulling the club down into the opposite thigh. That whole shoulder girdle area, by pulling down, you're going to reinforce some nice strength and stability in the shoulder joint there. It's also going to help feed that upper ab crunch and total core activation and connection all the better as well. Right on. Up next, we got some single leg glute bridges, firing off the glutes. Our glutes and our core are some of the prime movers in the golf swing. So we definitely want to take some time to wake up them hips, wake up them glutes. Make sure as you're going through this, exhale as you approach the top and really focus on keeping that work in the glutes, right? Versus your lower back. Very easy to do. Very easy to just put a bunch of undue stress and arch into that lower back. No need for that. Keep it neutral. Focus on the hips. Focus on the glutes. Driving that foot down straight through the earth as you leverage those hips up. Bam. Up next, we got a shoulder and a hip separation drill. This is going to be really good for your sequencing and your timing, as it's going to have you controlling both of these halves, moving in opposing directions with a sense of syncing, right? It's also going to challenge your end ranges of motion, so it's hopefully going to help you loosen up and improve your total range of motion and mobility, of course, leading to farther drives, longer bombs, as they say. And make sure that you're not just falling to the sides, right? You want to make sure that you're in control. And once again, you want to avoid arching too much in your lower back at all, because again, going to place some pressure in there you don't need, and it's going to be devoid of our main point, which is that stabilization and activation in the core, and of course, that actual controlled timing of our separation. Swoop. And I'm going to grab a band here. Finishing it off with some shoulder work, some banded pull-aparts, activate that T-spine even further, middle back, but also, of course, get some shoulder action going on here. I'm going to lube up them shoulders. I'm going to do 12 reps here. I'm going to give you 12 to 15. These respond really well to some higher reps. And I'm also going to go right into an overhead variation, some overhead mobility to finish this puppy off. And that's it. Should take approximately 5 minutes. You should be feeling really nice and really good and fresh and funky and ready to go, ready to swing a golf club with some confidence. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to hit me up, send me a message. And if you're interested in training together, I do offer online live virtual sessions as well as a totally online fitness platform. Basically there, you have me in your corner for everything comprehensively fitness. Custom program design, custom nutritional guidance, macronutrients, food monitoring, form review critique, 24/7 in-app communication. You want some more information on that? Go to jacobsharfstrength.com. Thanks for your time. I hope this warm-up helped you. I hope it has you feeling good, hitting true, and having fun on the golf course. If you don't have a resistance band, here's an alternate exercise you can do to still have a little bit of resistance from the club to mobilize and activate the shoulder and the shoulder blade. Same thing here, except of course getting some overhead movement pattern. Pull that club apart as you pull down to really fire off those stabilizer muscles.